Maria and I are here talking about predictions and market trends for 2026 in the video streaming industry.
What do you see as the biggest shifts coming to the live streaming industry in 2026?
Yeah, I think the shift from WebRTC to Mach will be a big one, because the spec is, even though it's still in the works and not finalized by any shift or any stretch of the imagination, it's we're working on some stuff. So we did announce what we're going to be doing with CashFly. We're going to have a full end-to-end solution for that, and that means that Mach will be accessible for everybody for production environments at that point. I think we'll see others kind of taking that same cue, and Mach will become a full class citizen in the real-time streaming world. What else?
Which emerging use cases do you expect to take off next year?
I do think we're going to see a lot more in the betting industry, the gaming stuff where it's like online interactive gaming, whether it's sports betting or like other random stuff. We're starting to see trends in that. And I think that's going to continue. So the one-to-many streaming for real time is going to become even more relevant than it even is today. I think it's finally coming into its heyday. It's becoming expected. Mach is only going to accelerate that, because then people are going to see that, that bad reputation that WebRTC has had for, quote unquote, not scaling. It's going to be kind of replaced by Mach. So people have a new protocol to be like, oh yeah, this was built for this. And then they won't have that argument. And then I think it's going to cause these use cases to take off, because now you don't have those naysayers out there. You're going to say, no, it's not possible, even though it totally is possible. It's just that people believe whatever they hear, So I think that's going to help a lot. So more online shopping experiences, more interactive sports stuff is going to be happening. AI is going to become more and more a part of this as well. I think it's I just did that podcast, or was it a podcast, webinar, whatever you want to call it, with WebRTC Ventures and Aaron, and talking about AI used for detection in live real-time streams. I think what that means is that the AI usage in real-time video is going to go way beyond just creating chatbots, because that's like what most of the WebRTC vendors and all of that are kind of focused on. And I think we're going to see a trend of way more interesting use cases leveraging AI for doing things like detecting things in streams, blurring out bad content, bleeping out bad words in the broadcast industry. Same for social media kind of applications, and influencer or creator type platforms are going to start leveraging this kind of stuff. What else? Yeah, I think user generated content is in live real time streaming is going to be a thing, and more of a thing. Bringing guests on the shows, doing things like trivia games, or not just trivia games, but like real game shows where people are a part of it. And I think the other trend is that we're finally at a point where we don't talk about the phone as a second screen. It is the primary one, or one of the primary ones. They're all equal now. I think that's what it is. It's like the TV in your living room is just as important as your tablet or your phone, or even a VR headset, right? For the people that still have those. I do think that somebody's going to come out with a pretty interesting innovation. I know the Meta glasses are almost there, like in terms of some kind of, lightweight device. It's not just like this giant thing on your head that most consumers don't want to deal with that, but glasses or VR glasses, maybe that's going to get to the point where actually augmented reality with live video in real time is going to be something. That may still be another year out or 2 years, but we'll see. Could be really cool. I like question number 21. What is the one trend in 2026 do you think the industry is still underestimating? I don't know what the answer is, but it's a damn good question. You know, honestly, the answer to that is still real-time video. I think most of the industry is still thinking that low latency HLS is going to be good enough, or HESP or these other protocols, which don't get the job done, but they get close. I think that the industry is underestimating the power of something like Mach coming out and just wiping out the necessity to even talk about that type of latency in the live stream. I think it'll be latency adjustable, right? Because sometimes, yeah, real time, you have a network that just can't keep up and everything else, and then we'll have to deal with that. But I don't think it needs to be the default, right? Right now, low latency HLS seems to be like, oh, I'm going to have low latency streaming, and that's what I'm going to rely on. And it's been a pain. It's a bit of a hack, and I think that the trend will be Mach will replace that. And I think the industry is definitely underestimating the potential of that and also what's going to happen.
Thank you
All right,
for your
perfect.
insights.
Sounds good.